Hare Nama, Hare Nameva Kevalam, Kalau Nastyeva Gatiranyatha. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Matilla, chapter 6, text 242. This is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu quoting from the Puranas. In fact, he is speaking the same verse again. He has spoken this earlier in the Adilla. It has been spoken earlier in the 17th chapter, 21st text. And this is a verse which emphatically conveys not just the glory of the holy name, but its absolute necessity, its utter indispensability for our spiritual growth. So the essential point of this verse is simple, that take shelter of the holy name, chant the holy name, Hare Nama. But to convey that, the verse uses multiple intensifiers. Intensifier is a word or a phrase or a clause or a sentence, usually a word or basically a way of speaking, which intensifies the preceding message. So let us see how in this verse the message about the indispensability of the shelter of the holy name is conveyed. How the exhortation to chant the holy names is emphasized. So the essential message is Hare Nama. Now, that same message is conveyed positively and negatively both. So Hare Nama Eva Kevalam. The first two lines talk about this message in a positive sense. And the next two lines convey the same message by a negative assertion. Kalau Nasteva Gatiranyatha. So, Nasti Gatiranyatha. That is the essential message of the second half. There is no other way. The holy name is the only way. That is the essential message. So now, how is that conveyed? There is no direct action word in the first part that chant the holy name, but it is implied. The holy name. Just like if a doctor is discussing, what medicine should a patient take, then if from the overall context it is clear that the subject is about the medicine, then say the doctor just states the medicine. The doctor says that you got malaria and you have to take chloroquine, and other medicines won't work for this. No other medicine. So, the second part is fairly clear, no other medicine. But the first part, just even if the doctor says chloroquine, that just naming the medicine is anyway enough to convey from the context that it's not that a person is to take the medicine and keep it in the showcase. That medicine has to be taken. So like that, the holy name also has to be taken. Now Hare Nama Eva Kevalam. So let's look at how the positive sentence, the positive assertion is intensified. So first is positive assertion is Hare Nama. And there are two intensifiers that come through repetition. Hare Nama, because it comes 3 times with respect to Second and third occurrences of Hare Nama are intensifiers. And then, in the positive insertion itself, there are two more intensifiers. Eva, certainly, in Kevalam only. Certainly take this medicine and take this medicine only. So certainly and only are very forceful, unambiguous and unhesitant intensifier. So in this way the positive assertion Hare Nama has got four intensifiers. And in a sense, Nastyeva gatiranyatha. So Nasti gatiranyatha, that is also an intensifier for Hare Nama. Because anyatha, other, when you say no other way, if we just heard someone make the statement no other way, it would not make much sense to us, because immediately the word other begs the question, what was the antecedent? Antecedent means what has come before. So without the antecedent, the other anyatha doesn't make sense. So in that sense, Nasti gatiranyatha is also an intensifier of Hare Nama. And this intensifier, which is the Nasti gatiranyatha, that itself has got further intensifiers. Nasti eva, so eva, there is no other way. Nasti eva gatiranyatha. So eva is an intensifier. That's one intensifier. And again this nasti gatiranyatha. Nasti is conveyed twice. So those repetitions are two intensifiers. And even these two repetitions also contain eva. So those are also two repetitions. Those are also two intensifiers. So in this way, this nasti gatiranyatha has got 5 intensifiers. And considering that Nasti gatiranyatha itself is an intensifier for Hare Nama, which had already 4 intensifiers. So totally the Hare Nama exhortation has got 10 intensifiers. And there is, if we think from the sheer point of view of English language, or not just English, any language, this verse is in Sanskrit, quoted in the Bengali book right now, but from the point of view of any language, it is difficult to imagine how any author could make a message more emphatic, how anyone could ever put in more intensifiers in one short sentence. So the sheer number of intensifiers and sheer way in which they are presented convey the intensity of the message in a very graphic, evocative, unforgettable way. So, our mind often has a tendency to look for shortcuts. Maybe if this doesn't work out, I'll try something else. And this sort of unambiguous scriptural statements, this way and no other way, when we come across such statements can help us to break free from that ambivalence of the mind. The recalcitrant ambivalence means the inability to decide. Recalcitrance means a reluctance to commit oneself, obstinate reluctance to commit oneself. So the ambivalence and the recalcitrance of the mind can be very strongly countered by meditating on the forceful assertion of this verse. And the more we meditate on this verse, the force of the message that is being conveyed will hit us, and that forcefulness will jolt our mind out of its inertia and impel us to take shelter of the holy name. Thank you.